Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 7th. I'm here with your next class. Today we are going to discuss an assignment which I have designed for you, and this assignment is like it's like the question paper that you are going to have you are going to take in your final examinations. I have touched almost all the lessons from your textbook, and let's straight away go to this assignment. As you can see on your screen, this question paper consists of 34 questions and is divided into four sections: A, B, C, and D. All questions are compulsory. Section A comprises question numbers 1 to 15. These are multiple choice questions carrying 1 mark each. You are to select one most appropriate response out of the four provided options. Section B comprises questions number 16 to 22. These are SAQs, that is short answer questions carrying 2 marks each. Section C comprises questions numbers 23 to 31. These are short answer questions carrying 4 marks each. Section D comprises question numbers 32 to 34. These are short answer questions carrying 5 marks each. So here in the first part of this discussion, we will today discuss section A of this assignment, and you know the reason, because we cannot upload a big file on our LMS portal or on YouTube. So therefore we will be confined today with this section A, that is multiple choice questions. Directly coming to the question number 1. As you can see, question number 1 asks you, grass eaten by ruminants is stored in. The grass eaten by the ruminants are those animals that which have a ruminant stomach. It is stored in. It is, I think it's a straightforward question. There is rumen, there is liver, gallbladder, esophagus. Esophagus, no chance, because it is just a passage to transport food. Gallbladder, it has no business of this storage of grass, but it can store bile. Similarly, we have the liver. Liver is a gland. It doesn't store anything. Therefore, rumen is the most appropriate option, and because of this rumen, these animals are called ruminants. Question number 2. Which type of relationship is seen in algae and fungi in lichens? You must have read this lesson, nutrition in plants, and in which we have a subtopic on lichens. And lichens contain this two organisms. One is algae and another is fungi. Fungi gives the standing support to the organism, and algae works for synthesis of the food, that is, it does photosynthesis. And therefore, this relationship in which there is mutual benefit of both the organisms, it's called a symbiotic relationship. Option D is the most appropriate option. It's not predator prey, it is not parasitic, it is not saprophytic, it is symbiotic relationship, because both the organisms are in mutual benefit in case of lichens. Question number 3. Which instrument is used to measure air pressure? Which instrument is used to air pressure? That instrument is called barometer. Option B. I'm not sure. I have told you, but this you please note it down. This is a new information to your this knowledge. It is barometer is the instrument that we use to measure air pressure. We come to question number 4. What is biological weathering? Weathering we discussed in our previous one of our previous lectures under the topic soil, and in which we learned that weathering is that phenomenon by which rocks are turned to soil. It does take place by the action of water, by the action of air, by the action of plants, by the action of animals, by the action of wind. But that kind of weathering which takes place by the action of plants and animal activities, that's called biological weathering, because biological means living, and plants and animals are living creatures, and by the weathering by virtue of these two things, plants and animals, it's called a biological weathering. It's not biological weathering is not the weathering by air or by water. In fact, not the one which is only by plant activities, because biological weathering is caused by both plant and animal activities. We come to question number 5. Question number 5 is Angora wool is obtained from, Angora sheep. Angora sheep are found on high mountains in Leh Ladakh, and in many parts of Jammu and Kashmir, on Himalayas, and we obtain Angora wool from them. This Angora sheep gives us Angora wool. Angora wool, as you must be remembering, it's a very warm wool that is used to this knit sweaters from, and we have the skull caps, etc. For winter weather, made from Angora wool. Question number 6 is identify the correct stage of the silkworm life cycle as shown in the picture. Look, you know that silkworm has different stages in its life cycle. We have a pupa stage, it's inside the cocoon, and all that. And this stage we can clearly observe here. We can clearly see that in this stage, this is a female silkworm which has laid eggs down, and these are hundreds of eggs down, laid by a female silkworm. So the most appropriate option is option A, female laying eggs. It's not pupa stage, it's not cocoon stage, it's not adult stage. It was another straightforward question. And now we come to question number 7. Which microorganism is responsible for the fatal blood disease called Sauter's disease? This Sauter's disease is caused by a bacteria, and this is anthrax. And this sorter is which removes the fleece from the sheep, and the microorganism responsible for this is bacteria. It's not virus, it's not algae. You must have read it from the chapter fiber to fabric. This question number 7 is from the same chapter. Now we have this, which of the following bases is used as cleansing agent? You remember that chapter acids, base and salts, and there are many uses of these acids and bases. You can see that ammonium hydroxide is used as a cleansing agent. Magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, they have different business, and this ammonium hydroxide is used as a cleaning agent. Then we come to question number 9. Which of the following substances helps in reducing the irritation caused by the sting of ant? Yes, one more question from that chapter, acids, base and salts. When the ant or bites someone, it transfers, it injects this formic acid into the body of the organism which it bites. And once that acid is injected into the body, it causes irritation. This irritation due to acid, if its acidity is to be reduced, we require a base. And from these four options, we see this is vinegar, it is acetic acid, it's not a base. This is lemon juice, it's again not a base. This is orange juice, again it's not a base, because orange too contain acids. Therefore there remains one option, that is option C, which is calamine zinc carbonate, which is a base. So if we have a sting of an ant, we can apply this calamine, that is zinc carbonate, over the same, over the area that has been bitten, and we will feel relieved with application of this calamine. Now we have question number 10. What will happen if a solution of baking soda is put on turmeric paper? Again, recall the lesson, acids, base and salts. We have many acid base indicators, and one of them is turmeric, is one of the this acid base indicator. You know that turmeric, when it is comes in contact with the base, its color changes from yellow to red. I will give you an example. Suppose we have a turmeric blot on our on a cloth. Say it is a white colored kurta, and we have a turmeric blot of our meal over it. Once we go and we try to wash it out using a detergent cake, we see that this yellow colored blot changes into red. It's because this turmeric is an acid base indicator. When it comes in contact with that detergent cake, which is mostly which is a base, and its color therefore changed from yellow to red. This is question. This was question number 10. Now we come to the question number 11. The trapped air under the feathers of a bird reduce heat transfer through conduction, increase heat transfer through conduction, stops heat transfer by conduction, does not affect the heat transfer through conduction. Look, there's a question. The trapped air under the feathers of a bird, what it does, it reduces the heat transfer through conduction. How? Because this feather, it acts as the it acts just like we have blanket or we have a woolen cloth we wear on in winters. This trapped air, this does not allow the heat to transfer from the body of the bird to outside the environment. Therefore, it prevents the bird from the cold. This therefore option A is correct and most appropriate. Question number 12. The vacuum present in a vacuum flask reduces the heat transfer by. Again, we have this question from our topic heat, and the vacuum present in vacuum flask. You must have seen the vacuum flask. It has in its coverings. It has a gap between two covers, and that gap is not filled with air. That is filled by nothing. And where there is nothing, there is vacuum. And what this vacuum does is it reduces the heat transfer from inside of the kettle, from liquid that we have kept in the kettle, say it is tea, it is hot water, from liquid or from the inner surface of the this vacuum faucet to the outer. This vacuum does not actually give heat any medium of transfer. We know that heat is transferred by a medium. Heat requires, for example, it requires a solid for conduction, it requires a liquid for convection, but in vacuum there is not even the air. Therefore, it's not possible that heat transfers from inside of the this vacuum faucet to outside. Therefore, it reduces. That's why we have this hot water or hot tea in our vacuum faucet for so many hours, because the vacuum present in the vacuum faucet reduces the heat transfer by conduction and convection. بہٕ وَنہٕ کٲشِر پٲٹھۍ تہِ یُس اَسہِ کیٹل آسان چھِ چایہِ تھرماس یُس آسان چھِ تَتھ تِمچہِ کِس کورَس چھُ آسان درمیانَس منٛز گیپ اکھ اَتھ گیپ منٛز چھُنہٕ آسان ہوا تہِ کِہیٖنۍ ییٚمہِ ساتہٕ أسۍ چاے یا آب چھِ تراوان یَتھ منٛز کیٹلہِ اَندر چھِ أسۍ تراوان گۄڈٕنیٚتھٕے چھُ اَتھ آسان أنٛدرٕ کَنۍ کینٛہہ پرٛوینٹِو سُہ یُس امیُک یہِ آسان چھُ أنٛدرِم کَور یُس آسان چھُ سُہ چھُ آسان پرٛوینٹِو سُہ تہِ چھُ گۄڈٕنیٚتھٕے ہیٖٹ ٹرانسفر گژھنہٕ نِش رُکاوان وۄنۍ اگر کینٛہہ ہیٖٹ ٹرانسفر گژھِ سُہ ہیٖٹ گژھِ أنٛدرٕ پٮ۪ٹھ نٮ۪بر ٹرانسفر مگر یِم امیُک کور آسان چھُ پلاسٹِک کور تہٕ أنٛدرٕ یُس شیٖشہٕ آسان چھُ تھرماسس لگٲیِتھ اَتھ درمیان چھِ گیپ آسان اَتھ گیپہِ منٛز چھُنہٕ آسان ہوا تہِ کِہیٖنۍ یہِ ہوا تہِ یہِ چھُ ویکیوٗم آسان یہِ چھُ مطلب خٲلی آسان ایبسلیوٗٹلی ایمپٹی آسان یہِ کیازِ چھُ خٲلی یِوان تھاونہٕ تِکیازِ یُس ہیٖٹ أنٛدرٕ کَنۍ جنریٹ گژھِ یہِ گژھِ نہٕ ٹرانسفر نٮ۪بر کِہیٖنۍ تہٕ اَمہِ سۭتۍ کیاہ چھُ گژھان یہِ کہِ یُس اَسہِ ہیٖٹ ٹرانسفر چھُ یُس أسۍ اَتھ منٛز مطلب گرم آب تھاوو گرم چاے تھاوو یہِ چھُ روزان واریاہس ٹایمَس گرم تِکیازِ ہیٖٹ چھُنہٕ أنٛدرٕ پٮ۪ٹھ نٮ۪بر نیران کِہیٖنۍ یہِ چھُ ییٚلہِ نہٕ اَتھ ٹرانسفر خٲطرٕ میٖڈیمٕے بَنیو یہِ کِتھ کٔنۍ نیرِ سو اوپشن سی از کریکٹ in question number 12. Question number 13 is the basic, the basic fundamental unit of time. It is second. It is a straightforward question. So option B is correct. Question number 14. Average speed. Average speed again a straightforward formula. We calculate it by total distance traveled divided by total time taken. So option C is correct. And this formula is can be applied. The same formula can be applied here in question number 15. You see, question number 15 is a car moves with a speed of 40 km per hour for 15 minutes and then with a speed of 60 kilometers for next 15 minutes. The total distance covered by the car is you can see that car is moving in two phases. In the first 15 minutes, that means in the first one fourth part of hour, it has a speed of 40 kilometer. In the next, it has a next 15 minutes, that it has a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. So we have to calculate this uh, distance traveled in first 15 minutes separately, and in second 15 minutes separately. Then we have to add both the distances. So we can how we can do it. It is 40 kilometers per hour for 15 minutes. That means per hour for 15 minutes, it is 1 by 4th of the hour. That means it is 40 multiplied by 1 by 4, that is 10 kilometers. Then we have 60 multiplied by 1 by 4, that is 15. And once we add 10 and 15, it comes equal to 25 kilometers. So the total distance traveled by the car is 25 kilometers. That means option B is the most appropriate and correct option in this question. I hope you have understood. This was the last question of this section. I hope you have understood all of them. In case of any confusion, please feel free to contact me. And I have also uploaded this assignment of yours on LMS. You can download from there as well. And similarly, there is also the answer key with explanations. You can download that as well. And thank you. It's all I think enough for today. Have a nice day. Khuda Hafiz.